Good morning. I promise you, one of these days, whenever we make it big, me and Missy both are going to go get that LASIK surgery. Right now, it's just not in the books. It's hell getting 50, but God is good. I wanted to read this to you. This is a letter that was produced by Josh Hawley. It is dated uh, September the 18th, 2024. And it's to the Honorable Ronald L. Rowe Jr., the acting director of the Secret Service. And you can see it. It says this is White House Senate. And in the letter, I just want to read this to you. It says, Dear Acting Director Rowe, my office has received new whistleblower information regarding the most recent attempt on the life of the former President Donald Trump, raising questions about the Secret Service protocols on that day. It says a whistleblower with direct knowledge of the Secret Service protection at former Donald Trump's golf course in West Palm Beach, an individual who has, in fact, protected President Trump at the very location, alleges there are known vulnerabilities, that's in quote, in the fence line surrounding the course, places that offer a clear line of sight to the former president and others playing the course. As a result, this is underlined, as a result, the whistleblower alleges it has been Secret Service protocol to post up agents at vulnerable spots when Trump visits the course. He said that apparently did not happen on September the 15th. Instead, the gunman was permitted to remain along or near the fence line for some 12 hours, meaning that they knew about it. It is further unclear from your recent press conference whether agents swept the perimeter of the golf course at any point or whether drones were used to surveil the fence line. That brings up an amazing point because they use drones in everything to follow you and me around in the grocery stores, to figure out what we're doing, right? You know. And the last line is, the reality is that the would-be assassin should never have been able to linger around the golf course for that long undetected. There's this crazy similarity in these two events, that there's this person that has been allowed to linger and walk around the perimeter or on the county fairgrounds in the first assassination attempt, and they know about it, right? And that's not just the Secret Service, but that's like the FBI interviewing these people that later on commit mass shootings, and they know about it, right? Thank God we got the FBI. They can't protect the president, or we produced the Hunter laptop, but they sure can come visit you at your house when you make a post on social media that you don't like, but they're on it, ain't they? It brings up an interesting fact that, like I've said earlier, that all this is an inside job. That everybody that is supposed to be protecting the president or former president, Donald Trump, isn't doing that. Not all of them, but there's some rogue agents, and they're allowing this to happen. And I strongly believe that everybody around the president should be polygraphed, and their bank accounts, and it all should be scrutinized. And if they want the job, then they got to go through that, because it has gotten asinine when their own government is having to submit paperwork about whistleblowers, and there's a whistleblower, right, to the director of the Secret Service, and he does nothing. It is conditioning, is what it is. They are trying to condition us enough times with failed assassinations so that when it happens, it's expected. They've done it with a whole bunch of stuff, and we cannot allow that to happen. And Donald Trump, you need to listen to me and others around you. You need to pull everybody that's within a 500-yard radius of you and then a mile radius and polygraph them. Right? Because the people, here's the old adage, here's what's going to happen. Something's going to happen bad, and then the officers that were responsible were going to be pulled into some type of subpoena, And they're going to use the same thing they've always used. I was just following orders. And that's the same very excuse that they used back in the 40s. The German SS soldiers, when they were tried for war crimes, when they were loading people in cattle cars and sending them to the gas chamber. I mean, that's history. And they would say, well, we didn't agree with it, but we was just doing our job. That don't make it right. And what's going on with Donald Trump ain't right. However you feel about it, right or wrong, no man should be, or woman, should be given less than great protection, or be told that they're getting great protection, and there's a Judas in the pile. And that's exactly what there is. There's a few of them that are getting paid despite whatever they feel, and they're just doing their job, just following orders. Right? I'm tired of following orders. I got children. I got a mama. I got a wife. I got fellow patriots and veterans and Americans. We need to follow God and follow our hearts and our courage, because there's only 555 people in the government, and we're a nation of 300 million. Think about that. I love you. Have a great day. Fluent English.